Hello, everyone. Modern life offers us countless opportunities, but it also brings along a fair share of stress and anxiety. The pressures of work, family, and society often leave our minds caught in an endless whirlwind. Have you ever felt like you're losing control of your emotions? Or that even small worries can grow into enormous mountains in your heart? Don't worry, because Buddhism has long provided a path to help us free ourselves from these burdens. Imagine standing before a crystal clear, cool stream. If you know how, you can immerse your hands into that stream to wash away every trouble clouding your mind. That is the peace Buddhism offers through simple yet incredibly effective practices. Today, on Life Lessons, we will explore 5 Buddhist practices to overcome stress and anxiety. These are not just teachings but practical methods you can immediately apply to your daily life. From focusing on your breath and observing yourself to facing challenges with compassion, each step guides you toward a serene and lighter heart. Are you curious? The upcoming content will reveal secrets to letting go of worries, regaining balance in life, and, most importantly, finding joy in the inner stillness. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon to get notified about the latest videos from Life Lessons. If you find this content helpful, leave a comment to share your thoughts or share the video with your friends and loved ones to spread these meaningful values. Your support is the biggest encouragement for us to continue bringing you profound lessons from Buddhist teachings. Let's embark on this journey to discover ways to overcome stress and anxiety together. Don't go anywhere, as each section contains invaluable lessons you won't want to miss. Method 1. Mindfulness in the present moment. Mindfulness is the practice of fully focusing on the present moment, cultivating awareness of thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations without judgment. It is a core principle in Buddhist teachings, emphasizing the importance of being present rather than dwelling in the past or worrying about the future. By anchoring ourselves in the now, mindfulness helps us detach from stress and anxiety, fostering clarity and tranquility. Meditation, a gateway to mindfulness. Meditation is one of the most effective ways to cultivate mindfulness. In Buddhism, meditation is not merely a method for relaxation but a profound practice to awaken the mind. Begin by choosing a quiet space free from distractions. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. The simple act of inhaling and exhaling can serve as a powerful anchor to the present moment. The breath is a fundamental element of life, connecting the body and mind. By observing the natural rhythm of your breathing, you allow the mind to settle. Each inhalation and exhalation becomes a point of return when your thoughts wander. Meditation, in this sense, becomes a space where you observe rather than react, a sanctuary where the mind can rest. Breath counting, enhancing focus. To deepen mindfulness, try counting your breaths. Begin with the number 1 as you inhale, and count 2 as you exhale. Continue up to 10, and then start over. If your mind begins to drift, gently bring it back to the breath and begin counting again. This practice is simple yet profoundly effective in training the mind to remain focused. Counting breaths reinforces present moment awareness and reduces the habitual tendencies of the mind to ruminate or project. It also cultivates a sense of discipline, requiring you to redirect your attention each time it strays. Over time, this practice strengthens mental clarity and emotional stability. Observing thoughts. Letting go of attachment. Another essential component of mindfulness is learning to observe your thoughts without clinging to them. The Buddha taught that thoughts are like clouds passing through the sky, they arise, linger, and eventually fade away. This perspective helps us see thoughts for what they are: transient and impermanent. When a thought arises during meditation or in daily life, acknowledge its presence without judgment. Label it if needed: worry, fear, anticipation, and then let it drift away. Avoid attaching a narrative to the thought or letting it spiral into further worries. This practice of observation creates a sense of spaciousness in the mind, allowing you to experience life with greater equanimity. Breaking the cycle of worry. Mindfulness acts as a powerful tool to disrupt the cycle of stress and anxiety. When the mind becomes preoccupied with worries about the future or regrets about the past, it loses touch with the present. This detachment from the now often leads to heightened feelings of unease and tension. Mindfulness recenters the mind, bringing attention to what is real and tangible, the present moment. For example, when you focus on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your nostrils, or the feeling of your feet touching the ground, your mind naturally begins to let go of unproductive thoughts. You no longer fuel the spiral of anxiety but instead create a pause. A moment of stillness where peace can arise. Practical steps for everyday mindfulness. Mindfulness does not need to be confined to formal meditation sessions. It can be integrated into everyday activities, turning mundane moments into opportunities for presence and awareness. Here are a few practical ways to practice mindfulness throughout your day. Mindful eating. Pay attention to the texture, flavor, and aroma of each bite. Avoid distractions like television or smartphones during meals. This simple practice not only enhances your appreciation of food but also strengthens your ability to focus. Walking meditation. Walk slowly and deliberately, focusing on the sensation of your feet touching the ground. With each step, bring your awareness to the movements of your body and the rhythm of your breath. Mindful listening. When someone speaks to you, listen with full attention. Avoid thinking about what you will say next or letting your mind wander. By being fully present, you cultivate deeper connections and understanding. Mindfulness at work. During your workday, take short pauses to center yourself. Whether it's a few deep breaths before a meeting or a moment to stretch, these breaks help reduce stress and improve focus. Benefits of mindfulness. The benefits of mindfulness are profound and far-reaching. On a physical level, it reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, and improves overall well-being. On a mental level, mindfulness fosters clarity, focus, and emotional resilience. Spiritually, it deepens our understanding of impermanence and interconnection, key tenets of Buddhist philosophy. The Buddha taught that suffering arises from attachment and aversion, the constant clinging to what we want and rejection of what we dislike. Mindfulness helps us break free from these cycles by fostering a non-judgmental awareness of reality as it is. Through this practice, we learn to accept life's ups and downs with grace. Cultivating inner peace and contentment. The heart of mindfulness. At its core, mindfulness is not about escaping reality but embracing it fully. It teaches us to see the beauty in each moment, no matter how ordinary or fleeting. By grounding ourselves in the present, we can face life's challenges with courage and compassion. The Buddha once said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." This timeless wisdom reminds us that true peace and freedom lie in the now. Through the practice of mindfulness, we can awaken to this truth and transform our lives. Embrace mindfulness as a daily practice, and you will discover a path to a calmer, more centered, and more meaningful existence. Method 2. Wholehearted practice in the smallest actions. Buddhism teaches us to dedicate our full attention and energy to every action, no matter how small or mundane it may seem. This principle of wholehearted practice emphasizes that even routine tasks hold the potential for mindfulness, balance, and joy. By fully engaging in each moment, we transform ordinary activities into meaningful experiences that align with the core teachings of Buddhism. Focus entirely on what you are doing. At the heart of wholehearted practice lies the principle of undivided attention. The Buddha often spoke about the power of concentration, or samadhi, as a tool for cultivating peace and insight. When we commit ourselves entirely to the task at hand, we free our minds from distractions and bring clarity to the present moment. Imagine washing dishes. Instead of rushing through the task or letting your mind wander, focus on each movement. Feel the warmth of the water on your hands, observe the soap bubbles, and notice the sound of running water. By directing your awareness to these sensations, you ground yourself in the present and create a meditative experience. This approach can be applied to any activity, whether it's sweeping the floor, preparing a meal, or writing a letter. The key is to perform each action with intention and care, treating it as if it were the most important task in the world. Over time, this habit strengthens your ability to remain present and cultivates a deep sense of fulfillment. Experience every detail. Wholehearted practice invites us to engage our senses fully. In Buddhism, the concept of mindfulness extends beyond the mind to include the body and its interaction with the world. By paying close attention to sensory experiences, we deepen our connection to the present moment. For example, when drinking tea, take a moment to appreciate its aroma, warmth, and flavor. Notice how the cup feels in your hands and how the liquid flows over your tongue. This level of sensory awareness transforms a simple act into a rich and grounding experience. Similarly, while cleaning your living space, listen to the sound of the broom sweeping across the floor. Feel the texture of surfaces as you dust or wipe them down. These small details anchor you in the now, preventing your mind from drifting into worry or distraction. The Buddha's teachings often emphasize the importance of being fully aware of the body and its actions. By integrating this awareness into daily tasks, we create opportunities for mindfulness and gratitude, fostering a deeper appreciation for life's simple pleasures. Turn small tasks into a meditation. In Buddhist practice, meditation is not confined to sitting in silence. Every activity can become a form of meditation when approached with mindfulness and intention. This perspective encourages us to view routine tasks not as burdens but as opportunities for spiritual growth. To turn a small task into meditation, begin by setting a clear intention. For instance, before sweeping the floor, take a moment to reflect on your purpose. Perhaps you're creating a clean and welcoming space for yourself or others. Then, focus entirely on the task, letting go of any thoughts or distractions. Move slowly and deliberately, paying attention to each motion. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back to the task without judgment. This practice trains you to stay present and cultivate patience. It also instills a sense of reverence for the ordinary, reminding you that every action has value. Over time, this habit of meditative engagement spreads to other areas of your life. You may find yourself approaching conversations, work, and even leisure activities with greater mindfulness and intention. This shift not only enhances your overall well-being but also aligns your actions with the principles of the Eightfold Path. Particularly right effort, samma vayama, and right mindfulness, samma sati, generate positive energy. When you fully dedicate yourself to each action, you naturally generate positive energy. This energy arises from the harmony between your body, mind, and environment, creating a sense of balance and inner peace. The Buddha taught that our actions shape our mental and emotional states. By approaching tasks with mindfulness and care, we cultivate wholesome states of mind that ripple outward into the rest of our lives. For instance, encouraging you to approach future tasks with the same energy. On the other hand, rushing through tasks or performing them carelessly often leads to frustration and dissatisfaction. Wholehearted practice also nurtures compassion and gratitude. When you give your full attention to an action, you become more aware of its impact on yourself and others. For example, preparing a meal mindfully allows you to appreciate the effort involved in growing, harvesting, and cooking the ingredients. This awareness fosters a sense of interconnectedness and a deeper appreciation for the world around you. Create balance in life. One of the most profound benefits of where multitasking and constant stimulation are the norms, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and disconnected. Wholehearted practice counters this tendency by encouraging you to slow down and focus on one thing at a time. This approach not only reduces stress but also enhances your overall quality of life. When you give your full attention to each moment, you experience it more deeply and meaningfully. Over time, this habit helps you prioritize what truly matters and let go of unnecessary distractions. The Buddha's teachings on the middle way, Majjhima Paipad, highlight the importance of balance in all aspects of life. Wholehearted practice embodies this principle by fostering harmony between action and awareness, effort and relaxation, work and rest. By integrating this practice into your daily life, you create a foundation for lasting peace and contentment. A path to mindful living. Practicing wholeheartedly in the smallest actions is more than a technique, it's a way of life rooted in Buddhist philosophy. It teaches us that every moment is an opportunity to cultivate mindfulness, gratitude, and compassion. By focusing entirely on what we are doing, experiencing every detail, and transforming routine tasks into meditation, we align ourselves with the path to enlightenment. The Buddha's wisdom reminds us that the path to peace and happiness lies not in grand achievements but in the simple, mindful acts of daily life. As he once said, "Do every act of your life as though it were the last act of your life." This teaching encourages us to approach each moment with care, presence, and intention. By practicing wholeheartedly in even the smallest actions, we bring greater harmony and joy into our lives, creating a ripple effect that extends to those around us. Start today with something simple, a task, a moment, a breath, and see how it transforms your experience of the present moment. Method 3. Practicing letting go, a Buddhist approach to overcoming anxiety. Anxiety often stems from clinging to things that are beyond our control or attachment to ideas, desires, and expectations that no longer serve us. In Buddhist teachings, the practice of letting go, or vo-na, non-self, is central to reducing suffering and achieving inner peace. By learning to release these attachments, we create space for clarity, relaxation, and freedom from unnecessary stress. Recognizing the sources of anxiety. The first step in letting go is awareness. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of sati, mindfulness, in recognizing the thoughts, emotions, and situations that contribute to our anxiety. Observe without judgment. To practice mindfulness, begin by observing your thoughts and emotions as they arise. Notice when worry, fear, or unease takes hold of your mind. Ask yourself, what triggered this feeling? Am I clinging to something I cannot control? How does this attachment manifest in my thoughts or actions? By observing your thoughts without judgment, you create a sense of detachment that allows you to see them for what they are, impermanent mental formations. This step is essential in recognizing that anxiety is not an inherent part of you but a transient experience. Understand the roots of attachment. In Buddhism, attachment is seen as one of the primary causes of suffering, dukkha. We often attach ourselves to outcomes, possessions, relationships, or even identities, believing they will bring lasting happiness. However, when these things are threatened or lost, anxiety arises. Take time to reflect on what you are holding on to and why. For example, are you worried about the opinions of others because you attach your self-worth to external validation? Are you anxious about the future because you cling to the idea of control? Are you resisting change because of a desire to maintain the status quo? Understanding these roots can help you begin the process of letting go. Asking the question, does this truly matter? A powerful practice in letting go is questioning the significance of your worries. The Buddha often encouraged his followers to cultivate discernment, panna, by examining their attachments through the lens of impermanence and non-attachment. Reflect on the bigger picture. When faced with anxiety, pause and ask yourself, will this matter in a year? Is this situation within my control? Am I attaching undue importance to this? For instance, imagine you're anxious about a disagreement with a coworker. By stepping back and asking whether this momentary conflict is worth your peace of mind, You may realize that it holds less significance than you initially thought. Embrace perspective. Buddhism teaches that much of what we worry about is rooted in a narrow view of reality. By broadening your perspective, you can see that many of the things you hold on to are fleeting and insignificant in the grand scheme of existence. This understanding naturally diminishes their hold on your mind. Contemplating impermanence. One of the foundational teachings of Buddhism is the concept of impermanence, anicca. Everything in life, our thoughts, emotions, possessions, and even relationships, is in a constant state of change. Clinging to things as though they are permanent leads to suffering. Meditate on change. A practical way to internalize the truth of impermanence is through meditation. For example, 1. Sit quietly and bring to mind something you're anxious about. 2. Reflect on how this situation or thought has already changed over time. 3. Visualize its eventual dissolution, whether through resolution, transformation, or fading significance. By meditating on the impermanent nature of all things, you can begin to release your attachment to them. This practice fosters a sense of acceptance and reduces the intensity of your anxiety. Let go of the illusion of control. Many of our attachments are tied to the illusion that we can control outcomes or prevent change. The Buddha taught that clinging to control is futile because life is inherently unpredictable. By accepting this truth, we can learn to flow with life rather than resist it. The practice of releasing attachments. Letting go is not about abandoning responsibilities or relationships, it's about releasing the mental and emotional grip that causes suffering. This practice requires patience, mindfulness, and compassion toward yourself. Acknowledge and accept. When you notice yourself holding on to a worry, begin by acknowledging it without resistance. Instead of suppressing the thought, say to yourself, I see this worry, and it's okay to feel this way. Acceptance is the first step toward releasing attachment. Replace clinging with gratitude. One effective method for letting go is to shift your focus to gratitude. For example, if you're anxious about losing a job opportunity, instead of dwelling on the fear of failure, take a moment to appreciate the skills and experiences you've gained along the way. Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, helping you release the need to cling to specific outcomes. Cultivate compassion for yourself. The process of letting go can be challenging, especially if you've held on to certain attachments for a long time. Be kind to yourself as you navigate this journey. Remember that letting go is a gradual practice, not an immediate solution. The benefits of letting go. When you release attachments, you create space in your mind and heart for peace, clarity, and joy. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you approach life with openness and flexibility, free from the burden of clinging. Mental relaxation. Letting go reduces mental clutter and creates a sense of calm. By freeing yourself from unnecessary worries, you can focus on what truly matters in the present moment. Emotional resilience. When you're no longer bound by attachment, you become more adaptable to life's ups and downs. This resilience allows you to face challenges with equanimity, upekkha, a state of balanced mind advocated in Buddhist teachings. Freedom from suffering. Ultimately, the practice of letting go leads to liberation from suffering. The Buddhist teachings emphasize that true peace arises not from controlling external circumstances but from cultivating inner freedom. A daily practice. Letting go is not a one-time event but a daily practice that requires consistent effort. Start small by applying these steps to minor worries and gradually work your way toward deeper attachments. Over time, you'll find that the weight of anxiety lessens, and your mind becomes more spacious and at ease. By integrating the Buddhist principles of mindfulness, impermanence, and non-attachment into your life, you can release the burdens that weigh you down and discover a profound sense of peace. Method 4. Connecting with nature, a path to inner peace. In Buddhism, nature is viewed not just as a physical environment but as a reflection of the interconnectedness of all life. Spending time in nature allows us to reconnect with this profound truth, fostering inner peace, mindfulness, and balance. This practice is a deeply meditative experience, bringing calm and clarity to our often chaotic lives. The spiritual significance of nature in Buddhism. The natural world has always held a special place in Buddhist teachings. The Buddha attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, and much of his life was spent teaching in forests and open fields. Nature is seen as a teacher, offering wisdom through its cycles, beauty, and impermanence. By connecting with nature, we align ourselves with these truths and cultivate a deeper sense of harmony, creating a habit of being in nature. The first step to connecting with nature is to make it a part of your daily life. Whether it's a walk in a park, sitting by a river, or observing the sky. These moments of immersion can profoundly impact your mental and emotional well-being. Spend time outside every day. Commit to spending at least a few minutes in nature each day. Start small. Take a morning walk and observe the sunrise. Sit under a tree and listen to the rustling leaves. Watch the birds or notice the clouds moving across the sky. These simple acts anchor you in the present moment, a cornerstone of Buddhist practice. They remind you of the impermanence and beauty of life, helping you release worries and anxieties. Turn off distractions. When spending time in nature, leave behind distractions such as phones, music, or tasks. Allow yourself to fully experience the sights, sounds, and sensations around you. This undivided attention enhances your connection to the natural world and deepens your practice of mindfulness. Sensing the world around you. Nature invites us to engage all our senses, which helps us break free from mental chatter and return to the present. In Buddhist meditation, this sensory awareness is a powerful tool for cultivating mindfulness. Listen to the sounds. Close your eyes and focus on the sounds of nature. Hear the chirping of birds, the rustle of leaves, or the gentle flow of water. Let these sounds guide you into a state of relaxation and presence. Each sound becomes a reminder of the interconnected web of life. Feel the textures. Touch the bark of a tree. Run your fingers through the grass, or feel the cool breeze on your skin. Engaging your sense of touch grounds you in your body and the present moment. These sensations remind you of the physical connection between yourself and the earth. Observe the beauty. Notice the intricate patterns of leaves, the vibrant colors of flowers, or the movement of water. Observing the small details of nature is a meditative practice that encourages gratitude and awe. It reminds us of the infinite complexity and beauty of life. Drawing positive energy from nature. Nature has a way of calming the mind and revitalizing the spirit. When you immerse yourself in the natural world, you tap into its positive energy, which can restore balance to your mind and body. Use nature as a meditation aid. Find a quiet place in nature to sit and meditate. Focus on your breath, allowing the sights and sounds around you to enhance your practice. For example, meditate by a river, using the flowing water as a metaphor for letting go of thoughts. Sit under a tree and reflect on its strength and rootedness as a source of stability. Nature's energy can act as a guide, helping you deepen your meditation and find peace within. Release negative energy. When you feel burdened by stress or anxiety, spend time in nature to release these negative emotions. Imagine your worries being carried away by the wind or absorbed into the ground beneath your feet. This visualization, combined with the calming presence of nature, can help you feel lighter and more centered. Learning from nature's teachings. Nature embodies many of the core principles of Buddhism, offering lessons in impermanence, interconnectedness, and acceptance. By observing and learning from the natural world, we can integrate these teachings into our lives. Impermanence and change. Nature is a constant reminder of impermanence, anicca. The changing seasons, the growth and decay of plants, and the cycles of day and night all reflect the transient nature of life. Observing these changes helps us accept the impermanence of our own experiences, reducing attachment and suffering. Interconnectedness. In nature, every element is interconnected. Trees, animals, water, and air all depend on one another to thrive. This mirrors the Buddhist concept of praditya samutpada, dependent origination, which teaches that all things arise in dependence on conditions. Recognizing this interconnectedness fosters a sense of compassion and responsibility toward all living beings. Acceptance and flow. Nature operates without resistance, adapting to its environment and circumstances. We can learn to embrace life's challenges with the same ease and acceptance. Balancing mind and body through nature. Spending time in nature not only calms the mind but also benefits the body. The natural world has a restorative effect, reducing stress hormones, lowering blood pressure, and improving overall well-being. This balance between mind and body is essential in Buddhist practice, as a healthy body supports a clear and focused mind. Walking meditation in nature. Walking meditation, kinhin, is a powerful way to integrate mindfulness and movement. Choose a natural setting, such as a park or trail, and walk slowly and deliberately. Focus on each step, feeling the ground beneath your feet and the rhythm of your breath. This practice grounds you in the present moment while connecting you to the earth. Rejuvenation through fresh air and sunlight. Spending time outdoors exposes you to fresh air and sunlight, both of which have positive effects on mood and energy levels. These natural elements remind us of the simplicity and abundance of life, helping us feel more connected and alive. Nature as a source of gratitude. When we spend time in nature, we're reminded of the countless gifts it provides: clean air, water, food, and beauty. This awareness cultivates a sense of gratitude, which is central to Buddhist practice. Express gratitude for the earth. Take a moment to thank the earth for its sustenance and support. A simple act of gratitude, such as offering a prayer or planting a tree, reinforces your connection to the natural world and nurtures a sense of responsibility for its care. Gratitude for simplicity. Nature teaches us to find joy in simplicity: a blooming flower, a gentle breeze, or the sound of rain. By appreciating these small moments, we cultivate contentment and reduce the desire for unnecessary possessions or achievements. The transformative power of nature. Connecting with nature is more than just a practice. It's a way of returning to our true selves. The natural world serves as a mirror, reflecting our inner peace, resilience, and interconnectedness. By spending time in nature, we not only find solace and rejuvenation but also align ourselves with the teachings of the Buddha. Through this connection, we discover that peace is not something we must seek, it is already within us, waiting to be awakened. Method 5. Cultivating compassion, a Buddhist path to alleviate anxiety. Compassion, karu, is a central tenet of Buddhist philosophy, regarded as both a practice and a state of being. It is not merely about kindness to others, it is a transformative energy that soothes your own mind and fosters inner peace. When we nurture compassion, we break the chains of self-centeredness and create a ripple effect of positive energy in the world. This practice offers a profound antidote to anxiety, as it shifts our focus from personal struggles to universal care and interconnectedness. Understanding compassion in Buddhism. Compassion is described in Buddhism as the heartfelt desire to alleviate the suffering of all beings. Unlike pity, which separates the self from others, compassion recognizes the shared nature of human struggles and promotes unity. It is one of the four immeasurable minds, Brahmaviharas, alongside loving-kindness, metta, sympathetic joy, mudita, and equanimity, upekkha. Together, these practices form the foundation for a balanced and peaceful mind. When we embody compassion, we not only ease the suffering of others but also dissolve our own fears and anxieties. By helping others, we realize that we are not alone in our challenges. which cultivates a sense of purpose and connection. Ways to practice compassion. 1. Helping others in difficult times. Acts of service are among the most direct ways to practice compassion. Helping someone in need, whether through small gestures or significant efforts, shifts your attention away from personal anxieties and toward the well-being of others. Examples of compassionate actions include volunteering at a shelter or food bank, offering a listening ear to someone going through a tough time, assisting an elderly neighbor with errands or household tasks. Each act of kindness creates a sense of fulfillment and reduces the grip of self-focused worries. The Buddha taught that helping others is a path to self-liberation, as it reduces attachment to one's own concerns. 2. Practicing prayer and dedication. In Buddhism, prayers and dedications are powerful ways to cultivate compassion. The act of wishing for the happiness and freedom of all beings expands your perspective and deepens your connection to others. One common practice is the metta bhavana, loving-kindness meditation, which involves sending wishes of love and well-being to oneself and others. It typically follows these steps. 1. Begin by wishing yourself happiness and peace. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. 2. Extend these wishes to loved ones, friends, and acquaintances. 3. Include people you may feel neutral toward, as well as those with whom you have conflicts. 4. Finally, extend your wishes to all sentient beings. This practice dissolves feelings of isolation and cultivates an expansive, compassionate heart. It teaches us to hold even those who cause us difficulty in a space of understanding and kindness. 3. Performing small acts of kindness. Compassion doesn't require grand gestures. Often, it's the small acts of kindness that create the most profound impact. These everyday actions can transform both the giver and the receiver. Some examples include smiling at a stranger to brighten their day, complimenting someone sincerely, holding the door open or offering your seat to someone in need. These simple acts remind us of our shared humanity and create a ripple effect of positivity. In Buddhism, such moments of mindfulness in action are deeply significant, as they align our thoughts, words, and deeds with compassion. The benefits of cultivating compassion. 1. Reducing anxiety and self-focused worries. Compassion naturally shifts our attention outward. Anxiety often stems from excessive focus on personal fears and uncertainties. By caring for others, we break free from this cycle and find meaning in contributing to the greater good. Neuroscience supports this perspective. Studies have shown that acts of compassion activate the brain's reward centers, releasing feel-good chemicals such as dopamine and oxytocin. This physiological response reduces stress and promotes a sense of well-being. 2. Strengthening social connections. Compassion builds and nurtures relationships, creating a network of mutual support. These connections are essential for emotional resilience, as they provide comfort and encouragement during challenging times. The Buddha emphasized the importance of Kalyamattata, spiritual friendship, as a cornerstone of the path to enlightenment. 3. Cultivating positivity and purpose. Compassion instills a sense of purpose by aligning our actions with our deepest values. When we act with kindness and empathy, we feel a sense of integrity and fulfillment that counters feelings of inadequacy or helplessness. Integrating compassion into daily life. 1. Start with self-compassion. Before extending compassion to others, it's essential to cultivate compassion for yourself. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a friend. When faced with challenges or mistakes, practice saying to yourself, "It's okay to feel this way. I am doing my best, and that is enough. May I be kind to myself in this moment." Self-compassion helps dissolve harsh self-criticism, which is a common source of anxiety. 2. Practice mindful listening. One of the most compassionate gifts you can offer is your full presence. When someone shares their struggles, listen without judgment or interruption. Mindful listening fosters trust and connection, demonstrating that their feelings are valid and important. 3. Reflect on interdependence. Buddhism teaches that all beings are interconnected through pratyaya samutpada, dependent origination. Reflecting on this truth encourages compassion by reminding us that everyone's happiness and suffering are intertwined. For example, consider the many hands that contribute to the food on your plate, from the farmer to the grocer. This awareness fosters gratitude and motivates us to act in ways that support the well-being of others. Compassion as a catalyst for transformation. Compassion is not just an emotional response, it is a force for transformation. When we practice compassion, we dissolve barriers between self and other, fostering unity and understanding. This shift in perspective not only alleviates anxiety but also inspires us to live with greater intention and joy. The Buddha's life exemplifies this truth. His compassion for all beings motivated him to share the path to liberation, despite the challenges he faced. By following his example, we too can cultivate a heart that is both tender and strong, capable of embracing the world with wisdom and love. Final thoughts. Compassion is a practice that transcends individual benefit. It is a gift to yourself, others, and the world. By integrating acts of kindness, prayers, and mindfulness into your daily life, you align with the Buddhist path of alleviating suffering and fostering peace. Each compassionate act, no matter how small, is a step toward creating a more harmonious and balanced existence, for yourself and all beings. Conclusion: the key to peace lies within. The teachings of Buddhism remind us that true peace and freedom from stress arise not from external circumstances but from within. By practicing mindfulness, wholehearted engagement, letting go, connecting with nature, and cultivating compassion, we can break free from the chains of anxiety and discover an enduring sense of calm and happiness. In the Theravada tradition, these practices align with the Buddha's path to liberation. Mindfulness, sati, grounds us in the present moment, allowing us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. Wholehearted engagement fosters samavayama, right effort, guiding us to approach even mundane tasks with a sense of purpose. Letting go reflects the essence of anicca, impermanence, reminding us that clinging to what cannot be controlled only deepens our suffering. Connection with nature mirrors the simplicity and interconnectedness of life as taught in the Dhamma. Compassion, karu, transcends the self, opening our hearts to the shared struggles and joys of all beings. The Buddha taught that stress and suffering arise from tanha, craving, and upadana, attachment. By addressing the root causes through these practices, we can reduce mental turbulence and align ourselves with the Eightfold Path, the framework for ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. As you implement these teachings, remember that transformation is gradual. Each step you take toward mindfulness, compassion, and understanding brings you closer to inner peace. The Dhammapada states, "By oneself is evil done, by oneself is one defiled. By oneself is evil left undone, by oneself is one purified." Purity and impurity depend on oneself. No one can purify another. Dhammapada. If you found value in this reflection, we encourage you to support our efforts by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the Life Lessons channel. Join us in exploring the timeless wisdom of the Buddha and uncover more teachings that illuminate the path to a meaningful, stress-free life. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.